Lying all alone in here on the beach with you is sublimely pleasurable. It sure is. The night sky is full of stars tonight. We really have to find a. We really have a beautiful vantage point from which to gaze upon distant other worlds. Yeah, I'm looking at the twinkling stars and imagining what might be going on around there, and if it is possible that there are some star systems that have planets and they're or habitable for secret sentient life. I've got something to tell you. I happen to know that there are planets out there that are habitable for sentient life. How do you know? I know that because I met two aliens. As a matter of fact, Kando and Isidorex from planet John are based on the two aliens that I met. I find that very difficult to believe. I'm not ruling out the possibility of life, but astrophysicists have not given us much evidence to conclude that there are many planets out there habitable for sentient life. Why do you find that so hard to believe? You've seen characters that I've written into archetypal fiction suddenly appear here in concrete reality. There are many other astounding possibilities to be seen on the continuum that interfaces fiction with reality. There's a continuum that interfaces fiction with reality? Yes, there is. In the continuum that interfaces fiction with reality, fiction can be reality and reality can be fiction. Some realities that take place here in what we are assuming to be the real reality were born out of abstractions, drawn out of fictions that are themselves the real realities and not the real realities. The real realities? That's a deep concept. Exactly, the real realities. Paradoxically, fictions are realities, and realities are fictions. They interface on a continuum. You gave me a lot of new stuff to think about. Right now, I want to think about making love to you. Beneath the summer moon along the tides of late June. Oh, hi, thanks for joining me. This is Meyer and Winona Ryder. Sure, Mike and Winona made love and had a wonderful eat night. They get up the next morning to a beautiful morning. When they get up, oh, thanks. That's very kind of you. Thanks. And okay, up, they noticed that the baby blue Porsche was gone. They had slept on the beach that night and parked the car in a nearby lot nearby. Upon waking up, they saw that the car was gone. The car is gone. I noticed that. We have two problems. The first problem we have is that the car that I borrowed from Veronica Sawyer without her consent has been stolen. The second problem we have is being stuck in Los Angeles. We don't have enough money to get home. This is not a bad place to be stuck, Winona. Love to sleep here with you on the beach every night and make love to you beneath the stars. That's all fine and dandy, but what the fuck are we going to eat? It's never too late to go cannibal. Cannibal? I'm not going cannibal. You would be surprised what people are willing to eat in desperate situations. First of all, you have to have a dead body to cannibalize before you could even consider going cannibal. I'm not suggesting we kill anybody, just that we look around for murder victims, or maybe even dig up a few corpses from the local cemetery. Are you for real? Are you the man I thought I knew? I'm all that and more. I'm not a cannibal yet. I was just seeing that. I was just saying that I was considering going cannibal. You think you know a person. I'm totally kidding. I would never go cannibal. I guess I deviated the conversation into some pretty dark humor. Let's bring it back into the light of the eternal, where enlightened souls feel the immortal glow of a heightened feeling of love removed from the earthly hatred and pain. Let's wander through that labyrinthine realm of unearthly pleasure. That sounds like a plan. Seriously speaking, what do we do now? Maybe we'll have to hitchhike home. For now, we have enough money for food and we can sleep on the beach. That's great. Let's implement that plan. Sure. Mike and Winona made love again that night. Beneath a beautiful June evening sky. They had a wonderful evening. They got up the next morning and went to a local breakfast place called Mindy's Pancake Eatery. They walk inside and find a table by a window looking out on Rodeo Drive. Ooh. Wow, Winona. Here we are at a swanky pancake eatery on Rodeo Drive. Okay. Yeah, isn't it wonderful? It's a great place to people watch. Yeah, if you like to watch rich people climb into their Porsches and Lamborghinis and drive off to find new forms of exquisite pleasure. What forms of exquisite pleasure are there to be found? My point exactly. None. Money is wonderful, but the most profound and exquisite pleasure a person can have is being truly in love with a person that you are predestined to be with for eternity. You know what the weird thing is? It's like, what if you found that, like, you actually didn't like the person that you thought you were in love with, and you found out that you were predestined to be with them for eternity? Now you're stuck with somebody you hate for eternity, but it's a good thing. But that's why you gotta find the person you were destined for, the person that you fell in love with. Otherwise, because if you weren't in love with a person and you were with them for eternity, I don't think that would be very nice. Okay. Yeah, but money is nice to have, isn't it? It sure is. I'm not denying that. Oh, here comes our waitress. A big fat waitress named Maud comes to the table. Hi, I'm Maud. Hi, Maud. Hi. Do you have anything else to say? What else would I have to say? You're our waitress. You know, uh, you're supposed to ask us what we would like to eat here in the restaurant you work in as an employee. Where did you get that? I'm not a waitress. You're not a waitress? Sure look like a waitress. You're dressed like a waitress. You give me so many reasons to believe that you are a waitress. And yet, I'm not a waitress. Usually, when a woman comes up to the table in the restaurant where I'm seated, dressed up in an apron, it's a waitress. I'm not a waitress. What are you? That depends. I'm either a friend or an enemy, or a frenemy. Beware my wrath. Hi. With that, Maud walked out of the front door, um, um, of the restaurant into a beastly hot Los Angeles morning. What the fuck was that? I think it was probably that crazy lady. Just that same crazy lady. Let's just eat. Sure. Why could Winona ate breakfast? They walked around town on a wonderful morning. um, so, thanks for joining me. I got one listener in my YouTube audience. I'm just flipping to the next page of my script here, and I'll be right back. Mike and Winona slept on the beach. Is that where I left off? Let me see. Let me make sure this is the right spot to continue. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Mike went on slept on the beach that evening in a lover's embrace, calmed by the waves of an ocean that glistened in the moonlight and brought roaring waves that harmonized with the eternal soul to the shore. They got up the next morning and decided to go for a walk on the beach. Along the ocean. What's with the lady at the diner? Huh? I don't know. That was some strange woman. Yeah, she seemed to be posing as a waitress. I don't know who would pose as a waitress only to reveal themselves to be a strange lady. It's really bizarre. It's such a beautiful day. I just want to look into your beautiful brown eyes as I feel the sea breeze on my skin. Let me just look deep into your eyes. Sure. I don't want to talk right now. I just want to stare deep into your eyes and feel a deep connection to your soul. I want to get inside your soul and feel the tantalizing beauty of a soul that was brought into existence to feel my soul as we wander through fields of never seen beauty and never before felt pleasures that transcend physical pleasures. Mike looks deep into Winona's beautiful eyes for an hour that beautiful morning. That's how I know you were meant for me. It's in your eyes. I agree. Mike and Winona had a wonderful afternoon. Mike and Winona went for a walk that afternoon. Along the ocean. Okay. Fuck. They saw what appeared to be Veronica Sawyer and JD from Heather's in a love embrace kissing on the ship. Do you see JD and Veronica Sawyer on that ship? I see them. Dalton Donner's not going to be happy about this. JD seems to be having an affair with Veronica Sawyer here in reality. I'm going to make sure that Dalton Donner gets Veronica Sawyer. I'm the person who put Dalton Donner into archetypal existence. You have me in real life. I know that, Winona. I want you in fiction, too. I want the real life Winona Ryder and the fictional Veronica Sawyer. That's profound. I think you'll have both. I'm determined to. All of a sudden, they see a speedboat pull up beside the ship. In it is Dalton Donner. As Veronica Sawyer is kissing JD, she pickpockets his wallet and quickly climbs down a rope ladder and into the speedboat with Dalton Donner. They cruise off at a high speed in the speedboat with cool sunglasses and huge smiles on their faces. Did you see that? Yeah, I saw it. Veronica Sawyer stole JD's wallet and cruised off in a speedboat with Dalton Donner. I wonder where they are going. I don't know. I'm just happy to see them back together. I love the cool sunglasses they had on and the smiles on their faces. I like their cool sunglasses and smiles too. It's so cool. It is so cool. When I see a couple with cool sunglasses and smiles, I feel a sense of unmitigated coolness that permeates my soul. It takes me to a place of immortal pleasure, wherein the only law of a ruling class of cool people is that the utmost standards of coolness are upheld to keep society in a state of cool bliss. Forever shall they cruise down Route 66 in a Chevy Corvette with James Dean in the driver's seat under a sky of unlimited cool possibilities with cool sunglasses and smiles on their faces. Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever that was. That's so cool. Mike and Winona slept on the beach that night under a sky of serene wonderment whose crescent moon peeked in and out of the clouds and seemed to observe them making love. They had a wonderful evening. They got up the next morning and went to a breakfast place called The Breakfast Place on Rodeo Drive. A waitress named Penelope took their order. Hi, welcome to The Breakfast Place. How can I help you? Penelope, I noticed that the tables in here levitate. This table, for example, is levitating about 4 feet off the ground. Why is that? That's in celebration of the 50th anniversary of The Exorcist and The Exorcist sequel that is going to be released. That's very intriguing, but how were you able to accomplish that? Through a reverse gravity propagation thrust capacitor that was designed by engineers at NASA. As a matter of fact, each person who eats at this restaurant shall be possessed by the devil. Temporarily, and then exercised by me before leaving the restaurant. This includes you. This includes me. I don't want to be possessed by the fucking devil. I just want to enjoy some delicious pancakes and coffee with Winona here, and Then enjoy a beautiful summer day in Los Angeles. That's too bad. You must first be possessed by the devil and then exorcised. Not exercise as an exercise, but exercise as an exorcism before you leave for the day. Another hesitation I have about this is that you are a waitress. Since when do waitresses exercise people? And as a matter of fact, since when do they even exercise? No, you see some nice waitresses with nice asses, nice legs and tits and everything. Yeah, they look like they exercise. Definitely. So I was just kidding. I couldn't resist though, because I've seen some pretty hot waitresses. Anyways, well, in Los Angeles, there are waitresses who are also exorcists. They call them waitresses. It's a job requirement. All of a sudden, Mike and Winona, sitting in their levitating chairs, became possessed by the devil. Their heads rotated 360 degrees, and they spewed out green stuff out of their mouths. Long live Satan! Beelzebub! It is a dark night. Who shall conquer the world? Beelzebub? That's the title of a Dead Milkman album. I know, I couldn't resist. You weren't really possessed by the devil? No, Penelope. It didn't work on us. We've conquered the devil. Okay. I'll let your table stop levitating. Wow. Now, what'll it be for breakfast? I'll have the Paradise Pancakes and a cup of Mod Morning coffee. And for you, Winona, I'll have the Paradise Crepes and a cup of Mod Morning coffee coming right up. So, Winona, I'm excited about the release of Beetlejuice 2. Oh, great! Yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. I'm happy that you're excited about it. That being said, what I think would be even more exciting and more fulfilling for you as an actress, quite frankly, would be to make Heathers 2 with me. Believe me, I agree. I think that's the best movie I've ever made. It's such a classic. I like how it gained its fame as a cult film. I remember watching it when I lived in Chicago in 2015 and really enjoying the bonus feature after it, where cast members were interviewed about the processes of and experiences related to making the movie. When the prospect of making Heathers 2 was raised and you said that you would love to, from that moment on, I was truly inspired to write Heathers 2 myself and try to get it produced with you and I as the main characters. I think we'd be outstanding. Let's go for a walk. It would have juicier dialogue than Beetlejuice 2. A lot more profanity, a lot more raciness, and just it's fun. Because when I saw you, when I saw you and Heathers, I kind of thought like your personality in real life is like so aligned with the Veronica Sawyer character. I mean, it's almost kind of like you're not exactly the same as that character, but it's almost like kind of like, you know. In other words, it's a really good vehicle for your persona, I think. Anyways, brought into the realm into existence. That's truly surreal. I've been trying to get you to make Heathers 2 with me for years. I brought you here to the realm of Heathers 2 to show you how beautiful it is. Are you in, Winona? Do you want to make the movie? I have a question. What is the difference between the realm where Heathers 2 takes place and the movie and the movie itself? This is where it all starts, in my imagination. We are paradoxically walking along a Los Angeles beach, both in my imagination and concrete reality. We stand here in a kind of middle ground between fiction and reality. The movie Heathers 2 exists at the moment only in my imagination, but I can juxtapose elements from the movie between fiction and reality to show you scenes from it. What you are seeing are scenes from the movie as it exists in my imagination that I have written into the script. You like what you've seen so far? I love it. Let's make it. I'm so happy to hear that you are interested in making it. They walked along the beach all day and into the night to see the moon rise. I don't see anybody around here. Do you want to get naked and lay here in the sand beneath the moonlight? Sure. They lay undressed and lay together in the moonlight looking up at the cosmos. I want to go up there with you. I want to travel light years to see other civilizations. I would love that. In Heathers 2, I imagine a planet called Planet Chandiku. It's in my script, but I truly believe in the possibility of life on other planets. The universe is made up of an abundance of star systems that may be habitable for sentient life. Through thought experiments or through the extrapolation of data that I have analyzed from local observable conditions that exist in the Milky Way galaxy and galaxies many billions of light years from here, I have hypothesized that a planet that I have named Planet Chandiku does exist. It would be the most validating moment of my life if we were visited by aliens from Planet Chandiku. The Planet Chandiku that you wrote into your Heathers 2 script is based on a real planet that you hypothesize exists? Yeah. That's fascinating. Let's make love. Yeah, let's. Like when Winona made love in the beautiful moonlight. They went to sleep and got up the next morning to take a walk along the beach. It was beautiful out. They had a wonderful morning. They were walking along the beach when all of a sudden some kind of transom seemed to open up, and they found themselves in an entirely new environment, completely removed from the beach surroundings they were walking through. It was a place where the auditions were held for Heathers. They were in a room full of people auditioning for parts in Heathers, including Veronica Sawyer, J.D., and Betty Finn. They immediately saw Winona Ryder and Christian Slater, who came up to them. Hi, pleased to meet you people. Who are you? Hi, Winona. I'm Mike Meyer. She's Winona Ryder. What a coincidence. That's my name, Winona Ryder. It's more than a coincidence. She is you, and you are her. Come again? She's the future you. We seem to have traveled to the past through some kind of transom. Time travel? Time travel has many paradoxes. I'm aware of the time travel paradoxes. As an example, if you're able to travel to the past and murder your own grandparents, then you yourself wouldn't exist. My point exactly. I have a theory that may resolve this issue. If you were able to travel time and meet your grandparents, you would be physically unable to murder them because you do exist. It wouldn't be allowed by the laws of physics because within the time-space continuum, you do exist. Wow, fascinating. I have a question for you, Winona. Did I, or should I say we, get the part of Veronica Sawyer? Yes, we did. Excellent. All of a sudden, they see a middle aged woman with brown hair and spectacles approach them. Her name is Teresa Tamlinson. Hi, people. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. I hate to inform you of this, but this is not the audition for Heathers you have walked through. What appeared to be a transom on the beach teleporting you to the auditions for Heathers when it really is an optical illusion where you find yourself in an audition for a play based on Heathers here in the year 2023 that is going to be held in the local performance hall near the beach. She's lying. I am Winona Ryder, and this is the audition for the movie Heathers. Who do you believe, Winona? I believe that is me auditioning for Heathers. You'll find out. Teresa, how do we get out of this transom? Do you mean this optical illusion that only appears to be a transom? Whatever. How do we get out of here? Just walk right through that door. They walked through the door at the end of the room. They found themselves on the beach and couldn't find the supposed performance hall they had exited. It appeared to them to really be a transom that took them to the Heathers auditions. They walked along the beach to further discuss the situation. I think that was a transom. So do I. Let's just enjoy the afternoon. Yeah, let's enjoy the afternoon. They enjoyed the afternoon and had a wonderful evening. Mike and Winona got up early the next morning to walk along the ocean. Have you been thinking about the transom? Yes, I have. What conclusions have you drawn from it? I think it was a transom that took me back in time to meet my younger self, who was auditioning for a role in Heathers. I also believe that to be so. Why do you think your younger self would deny that she was me? Why do you think my younger self would deny that she was me? Maybe she doesn't want to develop a relationship with her older self. Maybe she wants to be in touch with her younger self, which is perhaps more wild, free spirited, cool, and exciting. If she got to know me, her older self, she would certainly realize that I have remained wild, free spirited, cool, and exciting. I agree with that, but she has to know that too. All of a sudden, the transom opens up again. From it emerges Veronica Sawyer. She runs across the beach to Beachside Boulevard, where her baby blue Porsche with brown leather interior is parked. She jumps in and drives it off. What was that? I didn't tell you yet. I stole back Veronica's car from her. Now it looks like she's stolen it back again. That's too bad. We could have driven it back. But here we are on a beautiful beach off of Beachside Boulevard in Los Angeles. Why go home? Good point, but since when is there... Beachside Boulevard in Los Angeles. Got a table by the window. A waitress named Penelope took their order. How can I help you? Give me the beef stroganoff, Penelope. Hi, Penelope. Give me the beef stroganoff. And for you, Winona? Give me the fish dinner. Give me the fish dinner. Coming right up. Penelope brings out the food to them. Hey, Penelope? Is that the former mayor of Los Angeles, Leslie Henderson? Yes. That's the former mayor of Los Angeles. That's her. That's her. That's the former mayor of Los Angeles, Leslie Henderson. This is wild. It's amazing how fiction and reality are intermingling these days. I wrote the character Bertha Chevalier into my script for Heathers 2, and now she's the mayor of Los Angeles in concrete reality, while here we are in concrete reality where we are seated in a diner across from the former mayor of Los Angeles. That is something. Former Mayor Henderson walks up to the former Mayor Henderson walks up to them. Hi, are you Mike Meyer? Yes, I am. You wrote a character in the Heathers 2 that took my job. That's amazing. Thanks. Yeah, it's amazing that you can write a character that comes to life in concrete reality. That being said, I miss my job as mayor of Los Angeles. How would you like to cross over into fiction, from reality into fiction? You can do that? Sure, I can. Reality and fiction exist on the same continuum. Okay, sure. I'll get back to you on that. Former. Okay, bye. Have a nice day. You too. Would you like to take a walk around town? Sure. Mike and Winona walked around town that evening. They had a wonderful evening. Mike and Winona went back to the city food place the next evening for dinner. They got a booth by the window where they could stare out at various people on that hot and steamy Los Angeles night. Some of the people looked like couples out for a late night rendezvous, while others looked like tourists from other places across the world. The makeup of the crowd was diverse in ethnicity, social status, sexuality, gender, age, religion, hairstyle, coolness, or lack thereof, and physical attractiveness. They seemed to enjoy giving each other the finger. That's how they greeted each other in many situations. If somebody saw somebody else in the crowd that they hadn't seen for a while, they would give them the finger. At first, in many cases, the person to whom the finger was given would have an irate look on his or her face that would then soften into a pleasant smile once he or she realized that it was an old friend as opposed to an enemy who wanted to start a fight with them. Why are a lot of people giving other people the finger, and then upon the realization by the other person that it is an old friend, having a nice conversation with them? People around here are huge fans of Heathers. They particularly love the scene where JD gives Veronica Sawyer the finger, and she proceeds to shoot off his finger with a gun. They think that it's some kind of hilarious poetic justice that is disrespectful expression of vulgar body language is met with the ultimate reply from her being the shooting off with a gun of the finger that so offended her. Do you think that's poetic justice? Shooting off the finger of somebody that stuck it out at you? Of course not. That's why it's so funny. You're probably never going to see that in real life. You definitely shouldn't. I just did. You just did? What do you mean you just did? I just saw somebody shoot off somebody else's finger out there. Look out the window at the people on the sidewalk. I see it. Mike and Winona run outside to see what's going on. A guy named Hugh has a tourniquet wrapped around his hand to stop the bleeding. Mike walks up to him. Hi, sir. I noticed that crazy woman over there just shot off your middle finger. Are you okay? I'm perfectly okay. My girlfriend Sheila and I were just acting out our favorite scene from Heathers. The scene in the boiler room where Veronica Sawyer shoots off JD's extended middle finger with a gun. Oh, I see. So that was fake blood and makeup special effects. Your finger really hasn't been shot off? Oh, no, it's been shot off. As a matter of fact, it's on the sidewalk next to you. Could you please grab it for me? Mike grabs a finger off the sidewalk and gives it to Hugh. Thanks. Why didn't you just use special effects? Why did you really have her shoot off your finger to reenact the scene? We wanted to make it as realistic as possible. We have to go to the hospital now to reattach it. It was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure meeting you, too. By the way, I'm writing Heathers 2. Would you like to see it when it comes out? Sure. That's really cool. I'll see you later. Bye. Bye. Hugh and Sheila climb into a taxi that races off to the local hospital. Let's go back inside the restaurant. Yeah, let's. Mike and Winona go back inside the restaurant to the booth. Penelope comes up to them and takes her order. When'll it be? Give me the beef tacos. And for you, Winona, give me the fish dinner. Coming right up. All of a sudden, Bertha Chevalier comes up to the table. Hi, Mike, Winona. Hi, Bertha. Hi, Bertha, what's up? I have a request for you, Mike. Can you write me back into the script, back into Heathers, back into Heathers too? I miss being the bitch who stole popcorn and candy from the Dreamlove Theater. You miss being the bitch who steals popcorn and candy from the Dreamlove Theater? Sure. I'll write you back into the script. Thanks. Bertha leaves the restaurant. Who's going to be the mayor of Los Angeles now? How about me? Yeah, you should be. You should be. Mike and Winona ate their meals. Would you like to take a walk around town? Sure. Mike and Winona take a walk around town. They had a wonderful evening. Meanwhile, in the realm where Heathers 2 takes place, Bertha Chevalier, having been written back into the Heathers 2 script by Mike, is in the Dreamlove Theater waiting in line for popcorn and candy at the concession stand. It's finally her turn to order. The woman at the concession stand takes her order. How can I help you? Give me the goobers and the buttery popcorn and hot buttery popcorn. Do you want the regular goobers or do you want to try our new booby goobers? Booby goobers? What the fuck are booby goobers? You haven't heard of booby goobers? Where have you been? I've been in concrete reality. I was written out of the script and into concrete reality. Mike in concrete reality. I was elected as the mayor of Los Angeles. Interesting. Wait a minute. Are you Bertha Chevalier, the bitch who stole popcorn and candy from the Dreamlove Theater and stopped production of anything containing gooey caramel? It sure is. In that case, no booby goobers and popcorn for you. That's okay. I don't even know what the fuck booby goobers are. What the fuck are booby goobers? They are fucking goobers. They could either be eaten by or worn underneath a woman's shirt to make it look like she has hard nipples. They look like edible nipples. Can't you do the same thing with ordinary goobers? Sure, but then the chocolate would melt on your clothes. These goobers are made of with a special coating that solidifies in contact with cotton fibers. It solidifies and yet turns a kind of rubbery like a human nipple. That's cool. I want some. Too bad you're the bitch who stole popcorn and candy and stopped the production of everything containing gooey caramel. I'm getting them. Bertha jumps over the glass counter where the candy is, grabs a box of booby goobers, helps herself to a hot buttery bucket of popcorn, ties the woman to a chair, and runs out of the Dreamwell Theater. Bertha thinks of an ingenious way to escape any consequences of her criminal act. If she can get herself back into concrete reality, she can evade the authorities from the realm where Heather's 2 takes place. She has a deep insight that if she concentrates hard enough, on the experiential aspects of what life is like in concrete reality, in contrast to what life is like in the realm where Heather's 2 takes place, including the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, feelings, pleasures, pains, bodily sensations, and human emotions involved, that combined with her sheer desire to be in concrete reality may existentially place her there. She does so and it works, the way she thought it would. She is running around now in concrete reality. Meanwhile, Mike and Winona are walking around along the Pacific Ocean, holding hands on that beautiful morning in late June. Winona? Yes, what is it, Mike? The love I have for you is the poetry of my life, is the music of my soul. I would love to thank your parents for giving birth to such a supernaturally beautiful girl, whose soul has given me the numinous glow of inner light that is a light that keeps me alive. Let's make love. Yeah, let's. Mike and Winona made love in the moonlight on the beach where they slept that evening. They had a wonderful evening. They got up the next day and went for another walk along the beach. It was a bright, sunny, and mild day. I have an idea. Would you like to hitchhike up to San Francisco? Oh, God. Why do you want to hitchhike up to San Francisco? I've never been to San Francisco. I've always wanted to see it. Also, San Francisco features really heavily in my script for Reality Bites 2. I want to see how closely my imaginings of a fictional restaurant that I wrote into the script match up with any of the restaurants and surroundings there. Yeah, that would be cool. Isn't it kind of dangerous to hitchhike, though? Sure, it's dangerous. Some of the best things in life are dangerous. I believe in it. I feel as though I can sense whether or not a would-be driver would be a threat to our safety. So I'm supposed to trust in your ability to sense if a would-be driver is a threat. Yes. Do you love me enough to place your unequivocal trust in me? Yes. Wonderful, let's go. They walked along the Pacific Coast Highway. They were sticking out their thumbs hitchhiking when suddenly a Volkswagen van from the 60s pulled up. Inside it was Robert Downey Jr. and Kiefer Sutherland. Wait a minute. Robert Downey Jr. and Kiefer Sutherland? What the fuck? Kiefer spoke to them from behind the steering wheel. Hey, do you need a ride? Yeah, but you're Kiefer Sutherland and Robert Downey Jr. circa, I want to say the late 80s. This is the year 2024. What are you doing here? I'm sorry, I should have explained. Robert and I are trying to abandon the set of the movie 1969. We don't think it's that exciting. We think it's kind of a boring movie. Um, we wanted to hang out with you. I saw that movie. I loved it. Please finish making it. Well, if you loved it, we must have finished it. Must have finished making it. You did finish making it on some parallel plane of existence. Okay. So we made it on some parallel plane of existence. Would you like to hop inside our van? No, get the fuck out of here, Kiefer. Go back to whence you came. Winona and I are trying to hitch a ride up to San Francisco to see if Pancakes by the Bay for my Reality Bites 2 script, matches up, as I imagine it, to any of the restaurants there. Can we go? No, go finish 1969. It's the movie you were supposed to be working on. We just want to hang out with you, drink beer, and smoke weed. No, Kiefer, absolutely not. It's not going to happen. Pretty pleased with weed and beer on top. No, get the fuck out of here. No, get the you know what out of here. Get the you know what out of here? Do you mean fuck? Yes, I mean fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Kiefer gives Mike and Winona a vicious scowl as he frantically drives off at a high speed along the Pacific Coast Highway. Night falls. Wow, that was extraordinary. Yes, it sure was. Would you like to sleep on the beach tonight and make love beneath the moon? Sure, Mike and Winona slept on the beach that night where they made love beneath the full moon. They had a wonderful evening. Mike and Winona got up the next morning. And continued to drive along the Pacific Coast Highway. They started talking inside the car. What a beautiful view, though, it is along this highway. The roaring ocean, the blue sky. It allows my mind to drift into a kind of serene detachment. I love it. I agree. It was nice growing up out here. I would have loved it. In Chicago, there was a lot of grittiness and claustrophobia. I did manage to have some intense laughs and fun, though. Fun is great. You also need that sublime form of undeniable happiness, solitude, and serenity. That's what I find here. I can find it here, too. What do you think about Robert Downey Jr. and Kiefer Sutherland? Going AWOL from the movie 1969. I think it's cool. To tell you the truth, Winona, I also think it's cool. I have an idea. If we contacted Lelena Pierce and the Reality Bites 2 exists, we could give her an idea for her for her next documentary. It could be a documentary about Robert Downey Jr. and Kiefer Sutherland ditching the movie 1969. That's a great idea. It's pretty funny that they just left the movie, the set of the movie, one day, didn't contact anybody about it, and are now just fucking around now. Yeah, it is. Mike and Winona continue to drive up the Pacific Coast Highway, and finally made it to the San Francisco. Made it up to San Francisco. They were driving on a street named Sublime Love Boulevard that they just so happened to have. That just so happened to have a restaurant named Pancakes by the Bay on it. Wow, there it is. Just as I imagined it. Pancakes by the Bay. My imaginings really do come to life. Yes, they do. They pull up to the curb in front of the restaurant and walk inside. Inside the restaurant, they find Mike Meyer and Lelena Pierce seated at a table. A waitress named Penelope is taking their order. Wow, it's the waitress. It's Penelope the waitress, just as I imagined her. That's intriguing. Are we in the realm of Reality Bites 2? Yes, we are. I have successfully intermingled fiction with reality. We are paradoxically in a restaurant in San Francisco in the year 2024 called Pancakes by the Bay, and in the same restaurant, Pancakes by the Bay, in the realm of Reality Bites 2. That's cool. Do you want to just go home and come back tomorrow? Sure. Mike and Winona left the restaurant and walked along the beach that night. They slept on the beach in that wonderful morning. Thanks for joining me. Bye.